Hey guys, how's it going? This is Ironworks MTG back for another Jund League for you here on the channel. And if you guys have been enjoying this content and you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's the best way to support it. And hit the like button if you like the video. Hit the dislike button if you don't. So, this is the list that we're going to be playing today. You'll notice the main highlight here. We've got main board Scavenging Oozes. That's right. It's been a long time since Scavenging Ooze has seen play in Jund, at least on my videos, at least on this channel. And I really like Scavenging Ooze. There's just a lot of raw power behind playing Seasoned Pyromancer and Kroxa, undeniably. And you'll notice the absence of those cards. So between Scavenging Ooze and the main board Endurance, which I think are very well positioned for a number of reasons, the mana requirements of playing any combination of Seasoned Pyromancer and Kroxa in this deck are just too great. I get asked that question a lot, why no Kroxa in this list. It's just too much. Ooze wants you to have a bunch of green mana symbols. Endurance is asking you to have them early. Yeah, it's just a little too harsh. So, Scavenging Ooze, pretty well positioned. We're seeing a lot of faithful mending decks coming out of the Aspiring Spikes channel, and anytime that guy does something, we see it pop up everywhere. So like Reanimator decks, Phoenix decks are popping up. And also, Scavenging Ooze can keep Murktide Regents under control. It's well positioned. Same thing goes for Endurance. And Endurance, just being a 3/4 with Flash, has been absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's the main highlight of this deck. You'll notice we're also on triple K command. I wanted to try that out today because I saw that Hammer Time is currently the most played deck on MTG Goldfish. And also, it just plays well with the Grist and the higher creature count. So we're going to give that a try. I've got 2 Abrupt Decay to be able to pitch to the Endurance, higher number of green cards. And also we're seeing a lot of Chalices and Spreading Season, etc., etc. Teferi, Time Ravelers out of the blue-white deck. So Abrupt Decay's got some targets. Yeah, not much else to talk about on the main board. We're down to 2 Bloodbraid Elf. I've noticed that I've been trimming back on it post side, so that's what I made. That's what I cut for the K command, and they sort of fill a similar role in that they're both 2-for-1s. So we're gonna see how that goes today. We might cut this K command next time and bring the Bloodbraid Elf back, but we'll see how it goes. Necromancia has impressed me in the past, so we're gonna keep running that. Torpor Orb also seems pretty reasonably well positioned against some bad matchups. It stops all the elementals. Well, it doesn't stop them, but in fact, it can make them come in for free, but they're actually quite easy to deal with if they're not getting 2-for-1s on you. We got a couple Alpine Moon, the second Terminate inside to deal with Murktide Regent, another Endurance because I love it so much, and the Engineered Explosives to deal with stuff like Rhino tokens and just go wide creature decks in general. So anyway, without further ado, let's find a match here. All right, guys, we found a match here, and looks like we're going to be on play. Very nice. Okay, we've got Ragavan, Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, and a bunch of lands. There's a lot of lands here. Our opponent has revealed Lurrus. So against a Lurrus deck, I like these 2 points of interaction. It's likely that our opponent's going to lead on like a Ragavan or a Dragon's Rage Channeler. So I like the push, and I like leading with Ragavan on 1. So yeah, let's do that. And then on if they do kill our Ragavan, then on 2 we can Thoughtseize and hold up removal. So we're just hoping that our top decks don't feature any lands. We do not want to flood with this hand. Certainly not. Okay, Scalding Tarn. Into Steam Vents. Okay. So this is looking like the Murktide deck. And a Bauble. You got it. Cool, so we can push Connect. And then possibly Thoughtseize. Unless we find something to cast. Okay, Bauble's going to go off. I think a little bit of sequencing error from the opponent there. They should wait for our upkeep because now we're going to get more info if we want to Thoughtseize. Okay, interesting. Reveal Blackcleave Cliffs. And unfortunately, we did draw land. So let's just hit him with a Thoughtseize. We see another Channeler, a K command, a Snapcaster Mage, a Spell Pierce. Okay, so it's definitely a little tricky. Some good cards here for sure. We're not going to take the K command because of what... the K command's so good. Their hand is great. We're not going to take the Spell Pierce. Every other card seems pretty good. Taking the Snapcaster Mage is pretty safe because it combos so well with K command, but K command can pick it back up, and it's definitely tricky. I could take the Channeler, and then if they don't want the Ragavan to connect, they'd have to ambush it with the Snapcaster Mage. But that's kind of the same as just taking the Snapcaster Mage and then them blocking with the Channeler. Except for if they manage to turn on Delirium. If they turn on Delirium, you know what? We're going to play to the highest. I'm going to take this Channeler. Seems like somewhat sketchy, but I think that it'll make for the highest likelihood that this Ragavan connects again. Unholy Heat. Okay. Alright. It is what it is. Well then, in that case, I'm glad I took the Channeler. Oh, another Ragavan. Well, I don't mind if I do. Do not kill my Ragavan. Give me a spell to cast. Give me a Channeler. A Ragavan. Do I want to cast the opponent's Ragavan and then legend out my own? Then I'll just have a Ragavan in play. How much benefit is there to that? I'm going to pass on that option. Our mana, we're not having like... We're not tight on mana by any means. We're actually flooding, which is exactly what we were hoping wouldn't happen. So now they've got Snap. They've got... Oh, we drew Endurance. Endurance, really good. They've got Snap, Unholy Heat. So what I'm going to do here is just cast the Ragavan. And then if they want to Snap Heat it, then we can Endurance. Maybe we should have dashed. They could also go K-Command, kill Ragavan, pick up a thing. In which case, again, we'll just Endurance. So they're just pretty good against both their lines. And this is a great turn to Endurance as well because they're getting pretty close to Murktide. Okay. What's the play? So K command, pick up Channeler. Preserve our life total a bit here. We've got treasure tokens, so... Okay, so K command just turns into a murder there. And Endurance can hammer through a Snapcaster Mage. Delirium is offline. Hey, look at that. Lightning Bolt. So we can deal with a Snappy or a future Dragon's Rage Channeler. And this Lightning Bolt could even potentially go face. Got our opponent down to a pretty reasonable life total. I'm not... reasonably low life total, pardon. I'm not going to play this Mountain because we know that they're playing K-Command, so we can discard it to K command in the future. And we've got we're in top deck mode. We've got treasures. No need to run out of land there. Oh boy. We've drawn Ragavan and Endurance. Oh, and Lightning Bolt. Okay. But mostly lands. The top of our deck hasn't been particularly kind to us. I feel like we would have maybe free-rolled this guy if we had just a couple more spells. Do we get to connect? Solid. Okay, we're going to be very patient with our Lightning Bolt. I want to get him with it, right? So we can try to bolt them during combat. Oh my goodness. This flood, man. All right, Endurance, take me home. Okay, there's a snap. The snap's gonna K command. So if they want to cast the K command, we'll kill them. Okay, the block happens. Now we'll run out the mountain. We are super playing around Spell Pierce. Are they going to cast K command? They are. So now we just bolt them in response. Rewarded for our patience. I mean, you can't blame the opponent for going for that, right? They're so behind, they just got to do something. They got to get something going. So anyway, Klothys is good in this matchup. Endurance, as we saw, is a machine in this matchup. They have a lot of trouble removing it. And it's really why we're playing. Terminate. We didn't see Murktide, but there's no way they're not playing Murktide. So we'll bring in Terminate. I always have trouble removing cards in this matchup. I think that 3 K commands is a lot for this matchup. We're only playing the third one because of a deck like Hammer Time and to grind value, but us on the draw, it's going to be really hard to leverage K commands sometimes. So we'll definitely start by trimming one. I think we can go down on Abrupt Decays. They're not going to be playing Blood Moon in a 3-color deck. Push is good. Inquisition, I'm thinking of some amount of this hand disruption. They were all on Luris, so let's... Wait, were they on Luris? They couldn't have played Murktide Regent. They were on Luris. What am I even thinking? So, you know what? Pardon me. I'm so sorry. I wasn't paying attention to that. The Abrupt Decay is better than the Terminate. And we can maybe cut the Thoughtseizes. Nihil Spellbomb. No. I think 2 Bloodbraid Elf is probably good, actually. Lily's good. Yeah, all my cards seem good. Let's run this. Maybe I like the idea of just 4 pieces of hand disruption. We'll stick with the Inquisitions. Yeah, what was I thinking? They revealed Luris. I'm like playing around Murktide Regent that whole time. I think it's because, I don't know, Murktide's just so good, right? That you have to play it with your... Anyway, I digress. What's this going to be? It's a Ragavan. Okay. It's kind of yikes. Removal off the top, please. Endurance. Okay. I mean, I could play my Ragavan, and then if they remove it, it feels really bad. I'm not going to let them connect. I will trade if they want to trade. And then we can play our Wrenn on 2. Steam Vent, sure. Unholy Heat, yeah, okay, that's what I was afraid of. So they got the Ragavan plus the removal. They're doing exactly what we did in game 1. And we were able to win on a flood. So that's just the power of Ragavan, man. Or, well, I mean, just the power of like playing something proactive, playing a 1-drop and saying go, like really setting the tempo. Yes. I would like if one of these was Wooded Foothill or Verdant Catacombs instead, so we could fetch for basic swamp next turn, but it's just not where we're at. Oh my goodness. Why didn't I shoot the Ragavan? I just laser... Oh my god. Okay. I was planning on killing the Ragavan, and then I just didn't. Maybe our opponent will attack Wrenn, but I highly doubt it. Just way too juicy to hit me here. Oh, they do attack Wrenn. Okay, well... cool. We got to back up Wrenn anyway. Okay, so, I mean, we misplayed, and then in my opinion, our opponent misplayed. So it just kind of worked out. Oh, maybe they've got, like, heat. Oh, they got bolt, so they want to finish it off. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we've got a K command here. I really don't want to get spell pierced. That would be sad, but... Here, we've just got to eat the Ragavan. We'll be mana efficient, just get the Spellbomb down. But yeah, that initial Wrenn, definitely a mistake, so I'm only human, guys. We all punt, right? Swamp. Okay, that's pretty good. They'll kill the Wrenn and pick up the Ragavan again. We've got a K command too, though. And we've got a Beebs. So maybe here we should... What's our best option? We could K command kill their Ragavan and pick up ours, or make them discard and hold up Spellbomb. We've also got Endurance that could ambush the Ragavan, but if they've got Unholy Heat or something for it... Well, if they've got Unholy Heat, we can turn off Delirium, but then we're trading. I think maybe this is a good window to just resolve our K command, because we can play our Ragavan too. So let's go... We'll return Ragavan, kill their Ragavan. And then we'll grab Basic Swamp, or Basic Mountain, pardon. And just play ours out. And then next turn we can... Bloodbraid Elf. And then still hold up Nihil Spellbomb. Oh boy, I see how it is. Okay, so we could Spellbomb here, I guess. Then we don't get to draw a card. But then it's kind of like they're not drawing a card, so yeah. We'll just get him in response. Now's a good time. We've still got Endurance if we need this effect later, so. Yeah, this is fine. Again, K commands. Just murder on Ragavan, so. And at sorcery speed, too. So. Looks pretty good if you ask me. Now, The thing, ooh, a second endurance. I almost don't want to play the Bloodbraid Elf right now and just hold up the endurance because, with no threat in play, the Bloodbraid Elf could just miss. And I want to make sure that our Bloodbraid Elf, whatever it cascades into, gets to... I want that 2-for-1, basically. Kroxa. Okay, I mean, yep. We'll discard one of our endurances, I guess. I guess Kroxa is a good reason to just slam our Bloodbraid Elf next turn. You can get the clock on, so... Ooh, a Grist. I think I'm going to continue to not slam my Bloodbraid Elf. We're going to play Grist instead. The token can block a dash Ragavan, and we're just doing something, progressing the board. If they, like, play a Kroxa, sure, we lose our Bloodbraid Elf, but then we're just still clocking in, and... Okay. Montaña. It's going to be a Lurrus in hand turn. Opponent only has 2 cards in hand. Yep, Lurrus in hand. I might even just Bloodbraid Elf for the sake of trying to hit Inquisition or something. Ooh, Nihil Spellbomb. We are so good at this game. Well, let's... I guess if we just play the Spellbomb, it kind of like takes the wind out of Lurrus anyway, right? Let's go to combat first. Again, just we're still going to hold on to this Bloodbraid Elf. Maybe it's correct to play it this turn, but again, I want that value, and I'm just not under pressure. I just don't feel the need yet. Cast. Uptick. Alright. All our graveyard hate really nailing down our opponent, making us the better fair deck. They really rely on their graveyard to give them the grinding power, and boom, we get there. Look at that. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Alright, guys, here we are for match 2, and we're on the draw with a 1-lander. Our opponent didn't reveal a companion, and they mulled the 6. If the Ragavan connects, this hand is good, and if it doesn't, this hand is bad. I think that there's... Yeah, you know what? On the draw, let's mull. We get to see another card, so... And yeah, I feel a lot better about this hand. I guess we'll bottom a Wrenn, as it is the only redundant card. Yeah, makes sense to me. Yeah, we'll keep bottom a Wrenn and see what our opponent does. Steam Vents, tapped, go. Okay. I guess I'll lead on a fetch land. Pass the turn. Hinterland Harbor. Okay. So this is maybe like a wilderness reclamation deck, perhaps? Is this getting tapped down? Heck. Crazy. Okay, well. Our land's tapped down. Yeah, this is looking like some kind of wilderness wreck deck, I think. I guess we'll go Verdant Catacombs fetch and then play Blackcleave Cliffs next turn. Basic Mountain. Shardless Agent. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's Rhinos. Gotcha. I should know that. Yep. Okay, so we can make Tarmogoyf a big man, right? He can go, because we're adding creature and artifact, so we can make it a 4/5. Do we go just be efficient and bolt now? We'll lose 3 life. I think so. Okay, so big Tarmogoyf. Hopefully can hold the line for this Grist. Often Tarmogoyf is what we need to get through game 1 against these Rhino decks. And this is like a really horrendous matchup, as I'm sure anyone who plays either one of these decks understands. Petty Theft. Oh my god, every card in this deck is so good against us. Okay. Yep. We'll grab Forest. Second Goyf would have been great there. We need an instant speed answer to that Brazen Borrower too. If our opponent decides to just swing at us with both Rhinos, it'll put us in Borrower range. Fear the removal. They do not fear the removal. Oh, they're a little unsure. One's going at Wrenn. They're both going at Wrenn. Okay, well, I guess we just chew one up and lose our Wrenn, but it'll grow the Goyf, which at this current time is not super relevant, but it's not nothing, I guess. We do have a backup Wrenn. Oh, Fury. I mean, we had to eat the Rhino token, though. I think. Abrupt Decay. Okay, so we could play Grist and block the Fury. Abrupt Decay on the Rhino. They have Force Negation. That is a... Oh, they can't Force Negation Grist because it's a creature on the stack. Pardon. I had a sneeze there. Tried to hide it away. Probably just made it sound sillier. Okay, we mill over Thoughtseize. That's probably fine with me. We're under a lot of pressure. Okay, so removal on the insect token. Almost. We're not quite gotten. We'd be at 1. Oh, we have to fetch. So yeah, removal on the insect token and we die. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's... Okay, so Necromentia and Engineered Explosives to take the Rhinos out of their deck. Torpor Orb stops like Fury. That'll be maybe. We'll put that in the maybe. Any removal is going to be quite important. So all the hand disruption's decent. Fatal Push is decent. Ragavan is kind of meh in this matchup. I kind of want to... But we're on the play. We'll consider cutting one Ragavan. We'll cut the K command, the third K command. In fact, let's cut two of them, go down to one. Wrenn, also kind of unimpressive. It does deal with the petty theft, but this will be in the maybe cuts. Scavenging Ooze will go down to one. Lily can be okay, but it's another card I'm kind of looking at. I don't think I have time for K command at all. It can get a 2-for-1 though, because of the... Maybe we'll run just the one. Grist is kind of slow, but it just kills things that matter. Yeah, let's cut the Wrenn. And is there anything I want to consider over Ragavan number 3? I think Thoughtseize is actually not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Maybe I'll go like this. You can kind of stabilize behind a Thoughtseize and play like this control game. I think exactly one is actually kind of all right, because we need a way to... Okay, unfortunately this is another one-lander, but we can back-to-back take away Cascade pieces, and they're not going to be able to deal with the Ragavan on turn 1 unless they pitch a Fury. We've got a Goyf too. I'm actually going to keep this hand. I know it seems kind of sketch. I'm really banking on this Ragavan for sure, but I'm also kind of banking on this Goyf. It's really good at kind of holding the line. We've got... I think this hand has enough incentive and is functional enough for me to want to keep. So we'll try it out. We want to find like our sideboard card, like EE or Necromentia off the top or something. Early, not late. But ideally we just like draw 2 lands and we're off to the races. I really doubt that. Okay, cool. We found Blackcleave Cliffs. Never didn't have it. So let's get to connect with our Ragavan. Hell yeah. Reveal Stomping Grounds. Fire off Inquisition. I'm not in a rush to play the Tarmogoyf yet. We'll see what they have. And then, I mean, I might play the Tarmogoyf, but I could also just see myself double discarding here. Keeping the treasure token behind might be nice, so I can play Thoughtseize next turn, though. Or be sure to play Thoughtseize next turn. At this point, I want to steal something to clear the way for the Ragavan, so I'll take like a Petty Theft. Force of Negation. Well, that's great, actually. I'm down for them to... What they pitch? Okay. So yeah, let's Thoughtseize them too. Obviously protecting something. Okay, they've got Violent Outburst and Borrower. So they'll definitely want to Petty Theft us during combat if we take the Borrower. Can I let them have a Violent Outburst for a turn? Or can I let them Violent Outburst us? I get to connect with Ragavan again and then play Thoughtseize. What's scarier? Yeah, I don't care if they petty theft us. Let's take the Violent Outburst. I don't think we can deal with the Rhinos yet. It's close though. That was really close. Petty theft's really good. So here we'll certainly see the Ragavan get bounced. Overgrown Tomb. That's pretty nice. But then petty thefting our Ragavan means that they can't do it to our Klothys. So that is also nice. And we've got K command to deal with a Borrower. So now we can go shock in. Play Klothys. And play Ragavan past turn. Scavenging Ooze. Not super great here, not gonna lie. I guess we'll eat a Violent Outburst. Let's serve with Ragavan and see what happens. We doth connect. What do we get? Prismari command. Deal 2 damage to any target. Target player draws 2 cards and discards 2 cards. Target player creates a treasure token. Destroy target artifact. I mean, I have to spend my treasure to cast it. But it can make a treasure, and then I get to do another thing. I don't think it's actually worth it. I like all my cards, so we're not going to be casting this card. I think at this stage, I would like to just put a Tarmogoyf into play. Yeah, I don't want to discard my cards. Dealing 2 to them seems pretty meaningless. I just want to create a wall that can hold off some Rhinos and just kind of chip away slowly with my Klothys, stabilizing my life total. It's a little awkward that the Klothys is taking things out of the graveyard, shrinking the Tarmogoyf, but I'm not too worried because we play so much removal and they'll want to like kill the Ragavan at some point, and they're casting spells too. Season Pyromancer, sure. I'm okay with that. Force of Vigor. Okay. A little surprised to see that. Yeah. Owie. Okay, so I can K command and bolt and then connect with both. Go like K command, kill 1, make you discard, bolt the other, get in. It's probably fine, honestly. Yeah, let's bolt. I like the idea of Ragavan connecting again, because it's just going to put their life total under some serious pressure from the Klothys. I mean, killing the Elemental kind of feels bad, but again, I just want the Ragavan to connect. And this is also going to grow the Goyf to a 4/5, which is kind of important to me at this point. They could flashback Season Pyromancer this way, but I think if they pay 5 to make 2 1/1s, we're just going to win the game. That's a lot of time to spend on That's a big mana commitment at this stage, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We could also play a Ooze to... Anyway. We cannot eat the Seasoned Pyromancer with the Klothys because he can respond by removing it. Ooh, a Fury. We can remove that, though. I'm happy to see that hit the bin. Wow. Get our treasure back. And we know that our opponent's not going to give us a 1-mana spell to cast, unfortunately. I cannot invoke a Fury. Okay, so we've got our opponent in 2. The Klothys. Connecting can get him. Cascade. Yeah, you got it. You may have some Rhinos. It's not going to be quite good enough, though. EE off the top. Yep. We'll eat, I guess, Force Negation. All right. Make our opponent have something. They've got to kill us or gain some life. I guess they could also bounce the Klothys. But no, they're just cascading into more Rhinos, which are not helpful at this stage. All right, cool. We get to steal a game off them. Did they play anything that makes me want to change what we're doing? The Ragavan definitely performed there, but we're going to be on the draw, which is going to make it a little bit worse. The Ooze, you know what? Let's just get rid of this now, and maybe I want the K command because it deals with a Brazen Borrower. Let's try this. Sure, it can also kill. It's got targets. This is also a deck that time to time I've seen play Blood Moon. Okay, this is an interesting hand. We've got Inquisition, Necromentia, but we need a third land. I think I'm going to keep it, though. We can, if we remove Rhinos from their deck, it makes a lot of their cards just kind of bad, right? Cool. We found our land. So yeah, let's Inquisition here. So we'll Inquisition back to back. Violent Outburst, Seasoned Pyromancer, Fire Ice. Okay, so we'll take the Outburst because we're on the draw here. And then the next turn we can, if they don't find another Cascade spell, we'll take the Seasoned Pyromancer. They are going to tap down one of our lands, certainly, but it's not going to matter. We got Fire Ice, Dead Gone. Force of Vigor. What are they trying to kill with Force of Vigor? I think they think we're playing something that we're not. Yeah, that's fine. Pass to them. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Two of the grows? Ah, fuck it. I fucked up. with the clicking. Now, there's Crater Footfall and Crashing Footfalls. It is Crashing Footfalls, right? I'm having doubt in my mind. Now I gotta look it up. It's Crashing Footfalls. Yeah, okay, good. I have to make sure. There's no way I'm gonna lose to something silly like that. Okay, just don't force us, I guess. Crashing Footfalls. So this is gonna make all of their top deck cascade spells kind of worse. Well, I mean, it will make them worse. Oh, oh shit, they've got one on suspend. I didn't even notice that. It makes me sad. Well, 2 Rhinos is definitely easier to deal with than 8. So, there's that. Mana not being particularly nice to us. Okay, so we got nothing else to do but just cast our Bloodbraid Elf, so I guess we'll do it. I guess we'll grab a Stomping Ground. Okay. It's not terrible, honestly. You could discard a Swamp. I imagine they discard the Force of Vigor here. Yep. They ice it, sure. Okay. We need a Tarmogoyf at the top to protect this Liliana, and then we can start kind of getting to work. We've got a Lightning Bolt for Fury. They could Fury here, I guess. They dead gone the Bloodbraid Elf. Okay. Overgrown Tomb. Not what we're looking for. We'll each discard. Okay, I need a freaking Tarmogoyf like really soon to protect this Lily. This matchup's a little intense and we really need to top deck here. Grist is not bad actually. So let's I almost don't want to uptick because Lightning Bolt deals with Fury. But my card, like playing a Grist is obviously going to be good. Oh, what do we do? Okay, well I guess we uptick because if they Fury, we can use Grist to... We still get to Edict with Lily, depending on how they do it, and... I mean, it's kind of sucky to discard the Bolt, but, like, threaten ulti Lily's gonna put some pressure on them, and if they want to, like, Fury this turn and actually put Fury into play, they're gonna have to draw land. Which they might. No land. No land. Damn it. Oh, I was like, no land one time, yo. Okay, so if I was my opponent, I would, I guess, Fury this Lily. Because then if I want to Edict it, just we trade Lily for Rhino. And then I go like Grist, Insect for Rhino, or Fury rather, and then all that's left is a Rhino. I could also just... Those things have trample. Oh, interesting. Okay, that makes sense, because now we can't sack a token to kill the Fury. Okay, that's fair. Big draw step. Big draw step. One time. One time. One time. One time. One time. Come on. Big draw step. It's not the worst. We'll Edict first. So he'll probably, I imagine, sack a Rhino. He does. Okay, cool. So we can block an insect with the Fury. Or, yeah, we can block the Fury with the insect, pardon. Rhino's got trample, so let's just... Yeah, let's kill this Rhino now. Play around Force of Negation. So we can keep our Planeswalkers around. The insect can block the Fury, and then we down tick to kill the Fury. And then keep making insects, and... We're in an okay spot. Another Fury would be, like, pretty devastating. I don't know if we could come back from it. Hopefully they just draw, like, a Violent Outburst. And then we're in a really good spot. Petty Theft would also be really good for them. They could bounce the insect token and then just, like, take Lily off the board. Please go to combat. Let me block. This is a hard matchup. What is this? Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. Draw 2, discard 2 is interesting. I'm not sure why. Okay, so attack the Grist. Okay. I'm a little surprised to see that. Am I missing something? Is there something, some sort of way they can interact from their graveyard that I'm missing, other than Seasoned Pyromancer, which they don't have? Okay, so that was a good draw. So now I'm feeling good. I think our opponent misplayed there. I think they were supposed to kill our Liliana, no? Okay, so we've got our opponent on a 3-turn clock. If we get to uptick the Lily, we're also in a really good spot. Is this another Fury? It's a Seasoned Pyromancer. Oh, the Flashback Seasoned Pyromancer. Gotcha. Did I miss that completely? It was in there? Okay. I mean, fair enough. That's a bad draw. Another one. Ugh. Okay. Anything they draw, they're going to play off the top. So am I just supposed to just start hammering in? I don't think so. Not yet. They're going to have a lot of trouble removing the Tarmogoyf. And if they want to send elemental tokens into my Liliana, I mean, that's fine. We just kind of... I keep the Lily at parity and I chew up elementals. So I doubt that's what's going to happen. Okay, yeah, they just flash back. Playing around our endurances. I know I said Scooze was bad, but Scooze would actually be, like, pretty good in this window. Would have been. Ravine, not the worst. Now we can start serving with one of our creatures. I'll probably serve with the Ravine. They could like trade all of their tokens for a Ravine, but honestly, whatever. So next turn I could go uptick, clear their card, serve with Ravine, get Ravine to be a little bigger so it can potentially trade with a Fury or something. And like they're just gonna be blocking with elementals either way, so I may as well keep my Goyf around. Everything at Lily. Yeah, that's fine. Eat one up. Fury, sure. Yep. So Tarmogoyf survives Fury. Oh, hey, look at that, Lily. Yeah, Tarmogoyf survives a Fury attack. So what I think I'm going to do here is go Lily. And then just uptick and threaten that again. And then if they want to attack into it, I guess we... How many Furies have they gone through? They got 1, 2, 2. So they've still got 2 more. If they attack the Liliana with the Fury, I think we have to let him have it. Okay, he doesn't. So we go, okay, and block. And Lily will go to 2. And then this way, I don't... Yeah, this way, I was going to say, if they have another... If they attacked with a Fury, they could have another Fury in hand, and then we get, like, super blown the fuck out. Shardless Agent into nothing. So what's happening? Indeed it is. This game's weird. I don't know if I'm playing it 100% correctly. I'm just hoping that we top deck better. Okay, that's decent. So we go black, green, kill the agent. Just uptick again. And then now we can block 2 elementals. And again, if he just, okay, he's playing now. So Shardless Agent. I was going to say, if they kept that card in hand and attack with the Fury, I have to just let them take the Lily with the Fury. So we don't get blown up by a second one. Maybe he won't see the Raging Ravine line here and send in 2 elementals. That is not what happens. Okay. Let's play this. And then let's redraw. Necromentia. Yeah, let's Necromentia name Fury uptick. Wait, but they have Petty Theft. Let's name Brazen Borrower. They haven't played one yet. Yeah. There's only 1 Fury left in their deck, it would seem. They have a Clothis too? Yikes. Okay. Okay, so now we're playing this kind of weird game. I don't know how I feel about that draw. Maybe I should have just kept up the Raging Ravine there. But Petty Theft is definitely a card that could have got them there. So I'm happy to get rid of it. I would like another Goyf. That would be perfect. Everything at the Lily. block here. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Play another Goyf. Uptick. And let's send one in. Start getting to work. All right, our patience is being rewarded here. Opponent draws a land. Yeah, we took all their good cards away from them. They could also draw Violent Outbursts that are bad. I don't think Fury gets them there anymore. Okay. I think that's the final nail in the coffin for the opponent here. I think at this point I'm down to Edict. We'll swing with 2 Goyfs. And let's end this game, shall we? Perfect. All right, we got there. Hell yeah. All right, that was kind of a weird one, but we crossed the line. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. On to the next game. All right, guys, we are back for another match here. Looks like we're going to be on the play, and yeah, I can't say no to the turn 1 Ragavan. Our opponent mulls to 6. They have not revealed a companion. Okay, so yeah, let's just lead on, really capitalize on being on the play here. Lead with our turn 1 proactive threat, and make our opponent have that answer. Snow-covered plains, Esper Sentinel. Okay, Animem Knight. Okay, so this is hammer time. It's hammer time. Damn, they had the second threat. Second threat, eh? I think I'm supposed to just... Hammer time with no Lyris? Did they forget to reveal? I think I'm supposed to bolt here and pay for the Sentinel. I'm not going to attack anyway. That Memnite. That Memnite, though. I do not want to trade my Ragavan for Memnite. Although, you know, maybe there's an argument to do that, as bad as it feels. It's just, if I had any other threat, I would have taken a little bit more time to consider that option. Okay, so now Memnite makes mana. We're grabbing a Steel Shaper's Gift. If they do not play a second land, I will snap kill that Memnite. Oh my god. Please miss second land. Hell yeah. Alright. And we're gonna get to Thoughtseize too. Alright, let's be careful with our life total. Let's hit this Memnite. Easy. Okay, and then let's... Oh, they got Stoneforge, Hammer. Okay, this is kind of tricky. Hammer is the only card they can play, and it is the namesake card. If they find a second land and like just play Stoneforge, though, that feels really bad. I think I'm supposed to take the Stoneforge here. If they just play Hammer, we don't, like, lose, necessarily. Oh, they found a fucking Memnite. Okay. Okay, I'm down to trade the Memnite at this stage. I don't think that they will. It's not bad, actually. Now our opponent might have to let us draw cards. Okay. See a Pure Steel Paladin. Oh my god, the Flood. Man, if we were getting like any amount of removal spells, we'd be doing so well right now. Come on. Something. Okay, I mean, sure. We do get to cast that. Play this tapped. Pass turn. Ragavan doing some work. But again, we need to... Okay, so they get to draw. Block that. No reason to take 12. Oh, another Memnite. Move the hammer over. Yikes, man. This deck. We just keep hitting lands. What was our original hand? Abrupt Decay, Lightning Bolt, Thoughtseize, Ragavan. We have only drew lands. If we drew any amount, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get salty here. I should just stop. But if we drew any amount of non-lands, I feel like we would have just absolutely rolled our opponent. We got 3K commands. Come on, man. Okay, they found an Ink Moth. They can play their Nettle Cyst. It's just all so bad. I mean, they're getting to draw cards. Okay, at this point, the Ragavan is no longer particularly useful. The Nettle Cyst might actually... Or the Sentinel is probably better because they'll have to pay the tax or we get to draw cards. Okay, we need to draw an on-land. Something good. Okay, that's a little late to the party. It's fine though. Yes. Okay. So frustrating. Okay, thank goodness. So let's kill the hammer. 2 on the paladin. We can play around the Sentinel just fine at this point. I wonder if they just forgot to reveal Luris. Because they haven't shown us anything that... Oh, wait. They have the Nettle Cyst. Okay. I don't know about that one. I don't know that that's worth it. More K commands? Bloodbraid into K command? Bloodbraid into K command? Come on, man. Land into redraw land. Not what we're looking for. Yep. Cranial plating. Does that just get us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So 1, 2, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. And a camera. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that was some horrendously bad luck on our part. Let's bring in these Ancient Grudges. They didn't show us Saga. But you know what? We could name. Let's still bring in Alpine. We'll consider Alpine Moon because we could name Inkmoth Nexus. Engineered Explosives comes straight in. Terminate comes straight in. Endurance has Reach, which could be relevant. Actually, not interested in the oozes here. I mean, they could stabilize us in the mid game, but let's cut all the Ragavan. As good as they seemed there. I think that we really just need to play like a control game. Grudge, Goyf, Terminate. I think 2 Endurance is probably where we want to be. I'll run the Alpine Moon. Do I want to run 2? Grist is kind of slow. I think I could run Alpine Moon over Grist. As much as Grist kills stuff, it's just like tapping out for it's probably gonna be bad most of the time. Like tapping out to make a 1/1. And if I have creatures in play, they're just gonna be important. So yeah, I'll play first. What is this hand? I'm gonna mulligan. This is a little better, honestly. So we'll keep... I guess Stomping Ground. No Sentinel on 1, please. Memnite, sure. Ornithopter, sure. Should be mana efficient. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the Stomping Ground and bolt the Ornithopter because if we draw Wrenn and Six, we can downtick on the Memnite. I think right now is a fine time to play a Tarmogoyf. Taking lots of damage here, but I think this matchup's surprisingly often comes to a matter of grinding. Okay, so Stoneforge is going to grab something. Nettle Cyst, sure. I'm really cool with them tapping out for Nettle Cyst on their turn. I'll pass. On Thin Ice. Okay, they're going to chew up the Tarmogoyf. If they attack with the Memnite, do I just blow up the On Thin Ice? And I mean, that's probably a good window to do it, but also, like, I want to be able to deal with the Nettle Cyst, so maybe not. I could have hit the on thin ice and eat the Memnite. It's like kind of free. And I get my Goyf back. I think I like having my Goyf. We'll hit the on thin ice. I get to say gotcha, bitch. And 2 for 1 there. Nope. Okay, so now he's going to have to activate the Stoneforge Mystic to put the Null Assist into play, but the Null Assist is quite small right now. Alright, Steel Artifacts. Ooh, a Hammer and a Pure Steel Paladin. So I guess we gotta take the Pure Steel Paladin, let him have the Hammer. That'll grow the Nettle Assist, but it is what it is. Serve with the Bloodbraid Elf, keep the Tarmogoyf back. Really? Really? Man, this deck. It's the top decking champion. We just have to put the Goyf under the bus. Oh, man. Maybe that's our fault. Maybe we were supposed to take the Hammer there, but... My God. Okay, we have a Lightning Bolt. That's bad, obviously. I guess not going to do it here. And I guess we're supposed to bolt the Stoneforge Mystic now. Because we can't do anything at instant speed with this Sigarda's 8 in play. K-Command do it? K-Command kills Hammer. Oh. Okay. Oh. Alright. Maybe we misplayed in that second game, but that game 1 was like some exceedingly bad luck. So yeah, we lose that match and going into the next one. Alright guys, we are back for another match and it looks like we're going to be on the play. Okay, it looks like our opponent's on blue-white control. And can't keep this hand, unfortunately. Okay, double discard into Lily with a Bloodbraid seems pretty good. Only question is what to bottom. I don't want to miss my land drops. I think I'm going to bottom the Bloodbraid as good as it is in the matchup. I like the double discard on the play here. So let's lead with... a Blood Crypt into an Inquisition and see what we get to take. Okay, Seize, Counterspell, Archmage's Charm. The Counterspell can deal with the Liliana. If they tap out for Seize, we get to resolve the Liliana. So I guess I'm supposed to take the Counterspell, let them seize us, and then take the Archmage's Charm on 2 if they don't draw another Counterspell. Ooh, Ragavan. I need another black source. I'm going to have to fetch for 3 black sources total here. So I guess we'll grab Overgrown Tomb. Thoughtseize and then Ragavan. So Thoughtseize, take Archmage's Charm and then play Ragavan. Pretty good. Yep. Thoughtseize. Life total going down, down, down. Double Seize, Archmage's Charm. Okay, well. Double Seize kind of smells, but we've got Ragavan to remedy that a bit. Spreading Seas is definitely a good card against us, but so is Archmage's Charm. Chalice on 1. Okay. I'm cool with that, actually. Let's beep beep, get in. Don't really care too much about Chalice on 1. Can't cast that. Stomping Ground. Yes. Have to discard this Lily, which feels bad, but is what it is. Our opponent declining to play Spreading Seas again. Okay. I mean, sure. Let's start with a Ragavan attack. It might result in us resolving this Wrenn and Six, which will make the Spreading Seas just like not very good. If Ragavan doesn't connect, again, it's just not the end of the world. We will... Is this a Archmage's Charm? It's a Shark Typhoon for 1. So it'll probably trade with the Ragavan. Okay, is what it is. Let's resolve our Wrenn. These guys do not play Force of Negation anymore, as far as I'm aware. Discard Memory Deluge. Interesting. I know they've got 2 Seas in hand, but the Seas are just like not really going to do anything with the Wrenn around. Maybe they've got an answer to the Wrenn and Six? Okay. Seas number 2. Seas number 2. Okay, Inquisition's not bad. Now we can potentially empty the opponent's hand. Oh, Chalice, of course. Duh. Okay, well, whatever. We wasted a mana. It's not going to make a difference because we were going to go down to 0 cards anyway, I suppose. We have no more Shocklands left in our deck, so we can only fetch for basics. Okay. Do I ulti? Would it be greedy to not ulti here? I could ulti, and then now we have Inquisition, and it can take their companion away, so... Yeah, it's probably just correct. So we'll put, like, Chalice and the Seas, and... Okay, so Chalice, C, C... Basic. So they go down to 3 lands, or they get to keep their permanents, but they... Is there a better way to do this? Could go like this. This is probably good. They can have 3 lands, but then they don't have access to red. They lose their Chalice and their Seas. Let's do that. I think I'm cool with them going down to 3 lands. And if they want to only have 2 lands, that's also fine with me. Okay, okay. Whoops. All right. Grist. Grist is not bad. So now we'll pick up lands, but we're going to hold them in hand in case we do get to ultimate. Cast a Grist. It's going to get countered. I think likely, yeah, they got the counter spell. Can't really do anything about that since our Inquisitions are turned offline anyway. No Prismatic Ending. No ending on the Wrenn, please. Okay. It's fine. Ooze. Hey. Ooze can eat 2 creatures and block this, so is it greed to... Let's uptick one more time. Is that so greedy? That is so greedy, eh? Oh, we have only enough green sources to eat 1 and then we trade. It's just that the ulti is actually just not that good right now without a spell to cast. So I do want to do that way. We'll play the Ooze, and the Ooze can eat block. But unfortunately, it can't eat 2 things, so it won't survive. Oh, I have the treasure token. I almost forgot. We can survive. We can survive a block. We can just hard block this. I never pronounce this right. Kahira. Pardon me. Okay, it is serving. We are blocking. Okay. And then we'll eat Grist. Eat treasure. Eat Ragavan. Alright, opponent scoops. Cool. Alright, I think they thought it was a trade. Maybe they also missed a treasure. I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to bring in Thoughteize. Can block shark tokens, endurance, I mean. So maybe endurance is pretty okay. It's also instant speed. Instant speed stuff is just going to be pretty good. I think Fatal Push is probably pretty bad. It can kill a big shark, but we've got Terminate and Abrupt Decay. And Abrupt Decay has never been as good against blue-white control as it is now. So one thing I've done historically in the past is cut Tarmogoyfs. I think I'm... But the builds are so much different now, right? The K commands are good in the matchup now that they play Chalice, but Chalice is a card that they might cut. Collective Brutality has never been as bad against blue-white control. The matchup's changed a lot. A lot. I think that there is some value in explosives, as it can kill sharks and Chalice and potentially Teferi. So I'm looking at explosives. I'm kind of considering Spellbomb. But I think we have enough ways. Maybe we just trim a Goyf, say 2 Goyfs, and play the explosives. Let's try this. Maybe I bring the Goyf in on the play and cut the explosives. We'll just see how effective it is in this game if they show us Chalice again. This hand's not really doing a lot, but you kind of don't want to mulligan against them if you can help it. I think I will, though. This hand's like kind of bad. This hand's fine. We got a Rag on turn. We got double Ragavan, so let's bottom Endurance here. I say Endurance because if they deal with Ragavan, I can play another one. And I like Ragavan like very early in the game in this matchup before it can get like blocked by a shark or something. Really just want it to start doing stuff ASAP. It's not as great later, so let's shock in, get under that counterspell with our Ragavan. And if they deal with it, we can get in under another counterspell. So the power of 1-drops, huh? It would be a dream come true if our opponent just like tapped out for Chalice this turn, because I don't care about Chalice at all. with the contents of our hand in mind. Ragavan also cushions us a lot against Spreading Seas, which is nice. Okay, cool. So they hit us with the Seas. If we want, we could remove the Seas with the Decay later, but I'm not in a rush. So let's see what Ragavan shows us, shall we? So I got a couple options here. Solitude. What? Solitude on Ragavan. Okay. So they're going down a card to do that. What'd they pitch? They pitched another Solitude. Okay. I think I just play another Ragavan over putting our Ravine untapped. This could bite us later, but Seas again. Okay. Do they have another Solitude? Thoughtseize. Okay. Fortunately, not really doing much. We got to be very careful with how we use our treasures now that we're double Spreading Seized. Solitude. Okay, happy for that to go away, I guess. Okay, let's play tapped Ravine and then untap with colored sources. Again, I'm just being very careful about how we spend our treasure. You only get one shot. There's a chance we were supposed to Thoughtseize there. But Supreme Verdict. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Supreme Verdict, your one drop. Okay. Okay, we got another colored source. That's pretty good. Let's just run out of Tarmogoyf. And I don't think I want to Thoughtseize here. I might just free up my Blood Crypt with this Abrupt Decay. I could also consider... Yeah, you know what? It's just going to make life easier. Let's do that now. Abrupt Decay. This Spreading Seas. Free up our black source. Engineered Explosives. Let's just serve with the Goyf, and we've got K command back here. They're going to make a 1/1. Oh, no, they're going to scry 2. So maybe now's a good window to K command them. We could pick up our Ragavan and make them discard. You know what? No. I'm okay. I'm actually okay with them tapping out on their turn, so let's Prismatic ending the Tarmogoyf. Yep. Try to get our 2-for-1 in here. If they counter, we take their last card with our Thoughtseize, I guess. Again, our black sources are just tied up. Okay. Thoughtreize, snag whatever is in their hand. Another counter spell. It's fine. Okay, now really breaks down to top decks here, huh? They've got Ravine and Castle though, so they're kind of, or not Ravine, but Colonnade and Castle. So opponent's kind of winning in that sense. Really, man, come on, it's so annoying. We can EE for 2 next turn, I guess. Yeah. Get to redraw. Card's so good. And yeah, we're going to do it this way because our ravines are our only threat right now. Are they going to make a dude or are they going to scry? They're going to scry. Okay. Makes sense. The 1/1's just not really helpful. 2 cards on top. Oh, that sucks. Big Teferi. Okay. What a big Teferi you have there. Yep. We could bolt Teferi. Yeah, and then if that's the plan, I guess we move to end step. Or do it on their upkeep. Bolt. Bolt. Ragavan doesn't really do anything here. Can't attack into a colonnade or the castle. Maybe we should have animated Ravine there. Who knows? Is this just a Solitude? It's a Shark for 6. Alright. This game is feeling pretty over. We'll give it another turn or two, but you might just scoop. Because we'll need time to win in game 3. And these decks can really make it go long. But then again, this Shark is asking us to have an answer in 2. So what makes us keep playing here? I guess Bloodbraid into Lily would be nice. Just like our... Okay, here we go. Alright. Alright. Okay, we'll keep that up in case we draw or hit Scavenging Ooze, but like give me something good. Alright. The game wants us to keep playing. Okay, counterspell is what it is. But you know what? I feel like this is a sign. This is a sign. We gotta give it one more turn. Because we'll get another Bloodbraid into Lily, right, deck? Our second Bloodbraid. But honestly, like, I don't even know if that's good enough. Between our opponent, like our opponent just gets to tap their utility lands, and we just are kind of preying off the top of our library. So on this next turn, we need to be able to answer the... What'd they do? They put 1 top on bottom. So odds are counterspell to protect the Shark, right? It's the only thing they really lose to. All right, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. Honestly, they'll just like create a token and yeah, we're just too far behind. All right, no point in wasting time there. The colonnade kind of matters. I think I'm fine with running this back. Although, maybe the third... Let's cut an endurance for a Tarmogoyf. Whoops. Let's cut an endurance for a Tarmogoyf just to lean out a bit. And we can go like threat on turn 2 and make them deal with it more consistently. Yuck. 1-lander. But we have a Ragavan on 1. Too risky. Oh man, this hand is literally just worse. Not like this deck. We gotta go to 4. We have to go to 4. No, wait, the bolt's bad. We'll bottom bolt. Maybe we keep Bloodbraid Elf because it's a catch-up card. Bottom. Bottom. Yeah. All right, we are going to get absolutely crushed. Our opponent kept 7. We are going to get... There's no two ways about it. We're going to get bodied. Absolutely bodied. Like, what do we even draw? Like, I think I have to take the Teferi because it's their best card. And then it just makes further, like, future hand disruption, like, a little better. Okay, we got a Ragavan, but we didn't fetch a red source, so... And they're bound to Spreading Seas our Raging Ravine this turn. Yeah, Mold of 4 against this deck is probably just an absolute death sentence. Okay, they can Ending Tarmogoyf. Which I'm sure they will. Yep. Okay, lands. Lands. We need to, like, Ragavan and then Bloodbraid find something great. Fuck, man. Yeah, now they get to untap with a third land, Archmage's Charm, and I think that's lights out. Not sure. I think that our opponent has to, like, literally just make a mistake for us to win. I would like them to Archmage's Charm this. They don't. They're going to draw 2. Hammering Deluge, yeah. We're just going to get buried. But play through it for a couple more turns. There's a chance that they just make a mistake, but I think that they can afford to make a few mistakes, so. Okay, that's enough of that. All right, that was a sad, sad ending. All right, well, let's go into game 5. Let's get that 3-2. I think we definitely had some bad luck there in those last games. I don't want to entirely blame bad luck. Like, maybe we should have just kept the 7 one-lander with the 2 Ragavans and hope it got there. What did our opponent do? They did have a prismatic ending for the Goyf, so there's a chance that they just endinged the Ragavan on one, but then we play a second one. It's hard to say. I mean, maybe there was a way that we could have... maybe there's something that we could have done differently, is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to completely blame luck on that last game, but we certainly weren't given an easy hand to deal with. But, I mean, game 1 and 2 were, like, cool, interactive games where both players got to do stuff, so can't complain too much. All right, yeah, I guess obviously we're going to be on the play. We've got Inquisition into Wrenn and Six. This opponent has no companion, so see how this goes. Yeah, Inquisition into Wrenn and Six, and then K Command's a nice little 2-for-1. This could line up well. Inquisition here. Another blue-white deck. Okay, well, some redemption, I guess. Is that a... That is Fire Ice. So they're going to... They could tap down our land and then have counterspell for Wrenn. But ending just kills Wrenn. This is tricky. Let's take the ending, I guess. It'll require... Because the other... Like, our opponent can do that stuff, but it requires them to, like, actually do that stuff. So, because our opponent's not playing the Companion, I have to assume that they are playing Snapcaster Mage. They didn't Fire Ice us, so we're going to get to resolve our Wrenn here. They have Path to Exile, so we want to shock. Yeah, so they have Path and no Companion, so they're definitely on Snap. Now, this is the type of blue-white control deck where I will... It's like a more traditional, I guess you could say, blue-white control deck. This is the manner of blue-white control deck where it's better to cut the Tarmogoyfs. So yeah, them not icing there is really good for us. I think that was a misplay on their part. Because now we get to land our Wrenn under this counterspell, which is obviously excellent. Okay, and then I could trade Grist for a counterspell here and then be able to pick it up with the K command. I think I'm happy to do that. Make that their turn. Yep, that's fine. Get that out of the way. We uptick Wrenn. Make our way closer to an ultimate. Eventually we'll get to loop this Peatland, but at the moment I want to do stuff with my mana, so... I'm happy to just keep picking up lands too. Play that tapped and uptick, pick it back up. And then we could do discard plus pick up Grist. Fetch. Okay, so I'm getting the sense that they didn't have Archmage's Charm on that turn. Probably would have been a good window to resolve it there, right? Make our do nothing turn good for them. And I think I'm pretty cool at pulling the trigger on this K command this turn. If they counter it and then we get to untap and resolve a Goyf and loop our Nurturing Peatland, it'll be a good turn. And if this eats like a good spell, like an Archmage's Charm or something, we're pretty happy about that. Red, black. So we'll return Grist, make you discard. What's up, opponent? I don't know how much I care about the Goyf getting pathed. I'm definitely going to run it out no matter what. Okay, yeah, they do have the counterspell. It's fine. So, yeah, Peatland, and I may as well draw off it and pick it back up. Hey, look at that. I was going to say in case we draw Hand Disruption, then we can Hand Disruption before we play Goyf. Decide on whether or not we want to take the path, but I almost feel like I want to let them keep it. Yeah, I'd rather take this Archmage's Charm. They can path the Goyf. They do have a Jason Mind Sculptor, which is definitely a card. We're gonna ulti this Wrenn, and we got lots of lands in hand, and another Wrenn, so that's how I like to win these matchups. They tap it down. Interesting. Oh, because they want to draw the card. Okay, that's fine. They want to draw like Prismatic Ending to deal with the Wrenn. It's more important. They're gonna lose to it otherwise. So here's a Brainstorm, I'm sure. But they already played their land for turn. Does this version of the deck still play Force Negation? Probably not. Okay, ulti. Let's not mess around here. And let's see if they'll let us take the Jace. So we'll grab Forest for Scavenging Ooze reasons. And then I want to be able to cast the K command. So we'll play Nurturing Peatland plus Wrenn. Oh, that was kind of a punt. We're supposed to... Oh, no, because we can go like this. Sorry. Yeah, it's actually really good. So we go K command, deal 2 damage, discard. So make you discard 2 damage there. Discard, I guess, the Blackcleave Cliffs. Feels good. And I feel like it's going to be really hard for us to lose from this spot. We're going to get to just K command every turn. Soon we're... Oh, well, whatever. I still feel good. We're going to buy back this Grist and make them discard, I suppose. So yeah, let's do that now. Cast. Return Grist, you discard. If this lands, we feel real good. All right, that's good enough for the opponent. All right, that was a cool game. Game 2. So again, this is like a more Planeswalker heavy build. This is a matchup where Abrupt Decay isn't going to be as good. It's quite opposite. So let's cut the Abrupt Decay and the Terminate, and probably even the push. They are probably on Snapcaster, so Endurance is good. Colossus is going to be good. They only have Prismatic Ending to deal with it, and Prismatic Ending is going to be tied up in a number of ways. Brutality is okay, but does have a lot of misses. Nihil Spellbomb is also pretty okay. Let's bring in a Spellbomb over or something like that. So Inquisitions, Thoughtseizes are all good. Lightning Bolt's fine. It's quite fine. I like the Ragavan's really good in the matchup. One Spellbomb is probably where we want to be. Scavenging Ooze is pretty good. And you know what? Let's cut 2 Tarmogoyfs. Maybe even potentially more. What does Abrupt Decay hit? It hits a Shark. It hits 3 mana to Fairy. That's all they really showed us. They could also be playing Rest in Peace. It does hit Rest in Peace. It's actually something that this deck could very well play. It is bad with Snapcaster Mage, but still. I think K Command's good, but 3 might be a lot. I'm going to bring 2 cards in here. Let's bring the Decay back and bring in a Spellbomb. If they're on... Let's do 1 Spellbomb, and... Because if they're on Rest in Peace, obviously Spellbomb's horrible. I'm willing to play around Rest in Peace here. Keep the Decays in. That means we got to bring 1 more card. When I'm this unsure, we'll just go with the Goyf. And we'll know better in Game 3 if there is a Game 3, which hopefully there isn't. So we did some like kind of conservative sideboarding, I guess you could say. I'm down to keep this. The Raging Ravine definitely makes the hand a little awkward, but our card quality is high, and we're not in the market to mulligan against this deck. Okay, that was a good draw. I'll play Cliffs into Ragavan, and if they deal with Ragavan, then we probably get to resolve a Wrenn and Six. Yeah, I'm cool with them like Prismatic Ending the Ragavan. I'm also even cooler with the Ragavan connecting, because that'll mean we get to Thoughtseize and play a 2-drop. Consider the following. Okay, they put a Soul Guide Lantern. Okay, so they're likely not on Rest in Peace. Which makes sense. There's a little tension between Rest in Peace and Snapcaster Mage, so you can honestly go either way. Soul Guide Lantern makes a lot of sense. Please path my Ragavan. Okay. They don't. What are the odds that this deck plays Spell Pierce? I don't think I'm going to play around Spell Pierce with them only having... with them only having 4 cards in hand. I think I'm just going to play to the highest upside, which is landing this Wrenn and Six. If they had Force Negation, I think that was also fine because we have Thoughtseize. And it would bring their hand down to, like, basically nothing. Snap Ending's not till turn 4. So, good chance that our Wrenn and Six is going to get to snag up a little bit more value. Another consider. Another Flooded Strand. Is this a Prismatic Ending number 2? It is. Okay. I think this is a Thoughtseize Goyf turn, and then we want to, like, try to set up for our Ooze. So we'll probably just run out the Overgrown Tomb. Teferi counterspell consider. Hundo P Teferi. Yeah. And they don't really have an answer to the Tarmogoyf. It's just a big dumb beater, so could cross the line. Opponent's gotta find an answer for this one. They do have consider, so that's pretty good in that regard. If we can get the consider draws card. Okay, they do. We know they have counterspell, so we're gonna attack with the Goyf here. We've also got 2 Raging Ravines. That's not bad. I'm actually not minding how things are lining up. It's not like super perfect, but definitely workable. Because the Raging Ravines, like, we just get to play a threat under a counterspell. I want our Scavenging Ooze to resolve under the counterspell. I want to create a window for it. They're gonna draw 2, sure. I might even just Lightning Bolt them on their turn. Because then we can activate Ravine. I don't care if they counter it. They might want to counter it. I'm totally cool with them countering the Bolt. Yeah, they do. Alright. An Abrupt Decay. We could threaten lethal here. They countered. What does that mean? Does that mean that they could have a bolt for the Ravine? Should be kind of a nightmare, but then they'd have a bolt for the Ooze, right? I doubt they have another counterspell. You know what? Let's go Stomping Ground, untapped. Now, either way, is it better to fire up the Ravine and attack with both? If they bolt the Ravine, then they're still at 3. And then we have another Ravine and a Scavenging Ooze. If I attack and put them to 3, and they have Supreme, and then play the Scooze, we could lose to a Supreme Verdict. Maybe we're supposed to only have 1 threat out here to play around Supreme Verdict. So yeah, let's fire up the Ravine and, like, make them have an answer right now. Oops. The green, black, fire up Ravine. If they have Bolt, they have Bolt. It'll be one of their 2 cards, and then we put them to 3. All right, they don't. All right, we got it. Cool, so we cash out. We got the 3-2. Played against a couple different blue-white control variants. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that content. If you do, consider subscribing to the channel, hit that like button, etc., etc. Until next time, take care.